Hello, everybody. This is Kevin Holik, and welcome to my stream. Where tonight we're going to be jumping into my latest short film, the Joker one. Joker: A Round of Applause. If you haven't seen it yet, first off, it's available at youtube.com/Kevin Holik, KevinHolik. Okay, so let's get into some rigmarole before we start. First off, I gotta say thank you. I mean, it has been an incredible 24, a little bit over 24 hours of releasing this video. I'm gonna check the statistics right now. So in about 24 hours, a little over 24 hours, the video on YouTube has gotten 237 views, which is unbelievable for us. That's a crazy number. So thank you to everybody who shared, liked, commented, retweeted. That means the world to us, and it's so cool to have so many people see it. And we have 16 comments already. Some of them are, included the ones that I reply, but 16 comments is, I think, yeah, that's already more than the first Joker. And we're almost a quarter of the way to the views already of the first Joker film. Like, that's insane. And 21 likes, which is fantastic. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's watched the video, shared it, and everything. That has meant the world to me, and all the positive reception it warms my heart. It really does. And it adds fuel to that fire to keep creating. So thank you to everybody. We're just going to jump right in at Gifted Dim. We're jumping in. So we're going to watch. This is the game plan for the night. We're going to watch the film live, and I'll pause it if I want to interject and say something or whatever. And after that, I'll do like some Q&A if you have any questions and answer anything about the film. And then after that, we're going to go through some behind the scenes footage. I compiled a bunch of it, and it'll be fun to look through. Some of it's unused clips, some of it's just like random stuff. So I think it'll be fun. So let's switch over to this, and I guess let's get started, everybody. Oh, that's muted. Just started it the same way as the other one. Okay, so yeah, it's probably obvious, but this is not a real TV. I don't know if I have a shot in the behind the scenes, but of the real TV, but I just basically photoshopped it and added the fake TV and then put the footage inside of it.
Tonight I have some clips that I would love to share with you. An agent of mine, talent agent, found some clips of this guy trying to do stand-up comedy. And
also, the only reason why I'm shirtless is because Space Time Supreme, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hi and welcome. So the only reason I'm shirtless is because in the clips from the trailer where Arthur is watching TV, he was shirtless for some reason. So I'm like, well, gotta commit. So it wasn't my choice.
I think we're all gonna have a good run. Play the clip here. Why are the poor people so confused?
Okay, so these jokes that I'm saying, horrible jokes, horrible. But one of them is actually from the trailer. If you go to one of the first shots, he's like writing jokes in a notebook, and I found one that was visible and I could figure out what the setup and punchline was, and so I actually used that as one of the jokes.
Because they don't make any sense. Look at this guy, folks. Oh my goodness. Who does he think he is? You gotta give him props for trying, but I mean, to be all honest, it's pretty atrocious. I mean, he didn't even tell the joke right. What did the clock do when
Let me turn up the volume. I think it's a little low.
Wow.
So for that part, I think I talked about this in the first Joker recap about like the first Joker film and everything, where we wanted to add context to this film and make it really a part of the actual movie, and so we used shots from the trailer, and that was putting them in this one was actually a last minute decision to add a little more context and ground it into the universe a little more. And then also before that, the shot where I'm like screaming at the TV and stuff, and that like exclamation, that was definitely interesting to shoot because again, I talked about this in the first Joker stream, but I didn't know how Joaquin really acts in terms of like big emotional moments and stuff. And so what I gathered from his performance in the trailers was he looks kind of like an older person, but he acts kind of childish and he talks kind of childish. So I used that was kind of the big thing that I used in portraying him, was be kind of a little more lighthearted, but like kind of sad, and and so for that part I didn't know how childish and how like emotionally to like burst out like that. And so my friend, he really helped coach me, and like keep going, keep pushing it, make it more, like give me more, like this is the breaking point. You really need to like push it to that point because this is it. And no gifted them. It's not because I'm good at acting. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. So that was difficult. There's a couple scenes in this where it was, like one or two scenes in this where it was difficult to push myself, but thankfully my friend really helped me and like got me to the place I think I needed to be, for sure.
My name is Arthur Flack. I would like to be on the Murray Show, please. I think you'd be interested in me coming on, considering you humiliated me tonight on live TV. Tomorrow night? See you then.
So that phone, actually, I bought from Goodwill a couple days before recording this scene, and I bought it for $2. It was $4, but half off on sale. So I don't think it was quite precisely 1981, but it looked old enough, I think, for what we were trying to get. So I think it worked out. This was an iconic scene we knew we had to do. We actually did a couple versions of this, just silence in the room, and I just couldn't really get the groove of it, get the mood. So we actually played that song while I did the little swaying and dancing, because I was like, I need to like feel it. I need to feel exactly how he felt. I love all of these shots. They're so good. Honestly, Price, I feel I feel good watching this back, especially this one. It I'm I'm very proud of this project, and I'm very thankful for how it all turned out. It's really cool watching it over as a complete thing. I mean, funny part is I watch these things probably at least 100 times because I'm editing it, and so I see it over and over. And after a while, you do kind of get sick of it, you know. But once it's kind of completed and polished, it's like, oh wow, that's nice, and I love watching it now, you know, after it's completed. These shots right here were the first shots of the entire movie, I think, that we did. Yeah. I'm probably gonna get copyrighted strike on Twitch. This scene was a lot longer too, until we added the music, and I kind of cut it to the bass line. And one of the things with this scene was we wanted to get a location that was like a public restroom, so it kind of already would have that authentic grungy kind of look to it. But we tried forest preserves, we tried like park bathrooms, and most of them were locked or didn't have a big enough mirror to do these shots, and we ended up just using a bathroom at home and just clearing all the shits out, like the shit off the counter, and then we kind of like smudged up the mirror, and we drew graffiti on it, and kind of just tried to close in the shots as close as possible to make it feel, you know, less like a home bathroom. And in the end, I'm pretty satisfied with how we portrayed it, and it definitely has that feel. So I'm satisfied. Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts too. Just like the suiting up kind of feel. Okay, so this live with Murray Franklin. Murray Franklin is the name of Robert De Niro's character, and I actually, for this splash screen, I took the actual Joker movie is inspired by a Scorsese film called The King of Comedy, and it has a similar kind of plot, honestly, and it has its own live talk show host, and so I actually took inspiration from that, the title card from that, and kind of made my own. And I traced my friend's face to make that like neon kind of logo, and then just added the fonts, and the background layer is actually like the back of a playing card. So I thought that was kind of like a cool Easter egg, since it's the Joker, you know.
Welcome back to the Live with Murray Franklin show. Now here tonight, I have a very special guest that I'd like to introduce to you all. He was somebody that we featured here last night.
Live in 10.
However, he's decided to come on live TV to be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to put your hands together for Mr. Arthur Fleck. Arthur, come on out there, buddy. It's good to see you.
I think one of this was shot on green screen, and yeah, thank you. We tried to be pretty accurate. So this was the first time we actually used a green screen, and there were some issues, as always with your first time doing anything, and the keying was not as perfect as I wish it was. Specifically, some of the spillage on like the reflections on clothes and stuff, and my hair, since I'm the Joker and it's green, that was a big problem. But adding the VH, or like the old-timey kind of filter, really helped with it, because now it just looks like color bleeding, you know, like it looks pretty natural to me. And so that was such a lifesaver for making this look, you know, real and not green screen.
I'm thinking the fauna tie it. not saying that you didn't look like a clown before, but this is really going the extra mile. The amusement model, that is. It's great having you here. So, obviously you're trying to go into what, comedy, stand-up? Why don't you break the ice for myself and the audience here by telling us all a joke?
Joke? Well,
Yeah, go ahead, what was yours?
the biggest joke I know of is Gotham City. the corrupt rich are the ones controlling everything.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. That's leaving more of a bitter taste in my mouth than what my coffee's giving me right now.
So to set up this scene and how we made it, it was pretty much all improv. The night before, we were hanging out and kind of discussing generally what we wanted to say and what points we wanted to hit, and then the final moment and how would we get there. But we didn't write a script or anything like that, and so a couple of these lines were like made up on the spot or on the day. Like that amusement mile joke was awesome because that's part of Gotham City and stuff. The bitter taste coffee line was pretty much ad-libbed, and we did so many takes of this scene. We did probably at least 25, and it's all one shot. There's no cuts. It's all one take, one single shot. So it took a while to kind of get one that was perfect, and I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of it.
Show that I think we want to run here. Folks, I think this guy's just a little sour because he took the wrong turn going to the county fair, am I right? But in all fairness, Arthur, I think you and I are getting off on the wrong foot here. Let's
I really tried to, especially in the later takes, I started noticing like when Murray Franklin or whatever is talking to me, I wasn't doing my part in being like emotional, and so like I really tried to like react and look like sinister when he's making fun of me and stuff, and that kind of came with the later takes.
Step back into, okay? Let's talk about something simple, right? Something easy. Your day, for example. How did your day go? How was your day?
Well, my day was pretty normal, I guess. Started out fine, and then, as you probably all saw on the news, those Wall Street goons, that was me.
Oh.
So that was kind of a late addition, the Wall Street thing, and that's what I was talking about yesterday or Monday when I was talking about how these two Joker films that we did connect. The guy from the first one that gets killed is actually one of the Wall Street goons or whatever, so we kind of connected it that way.
I apologize, folks. And actually, it was a little funny, but I have a hard time believing that. Let's leave it real here. How was your day? What did you actually do?
See, you're the problem. You're probably the big problem with everybody. They just don't take me seriously, and all I want to do is make people smile.
Well, you definitely do a good job of making me smile and then laugh. I mean,
One of the funny things that I always do, I don't know, I think it's specific to this scene, is I like, while I'm watching it, I almost like mimic my emotion from like when shooting. It's so weird.
Freaking clown. But the thing that I'm not understanding here tonight is where all this pent-up aggression is coming from. My guess is, did you have a bad day? Did somebody have a bad day here, Arthur? You think because things didn't go your way that you can come onto my show and take it out on me and all these other lovely folks? You, sir, you are the joke. At least the man understands the problem and he can laugh at himself. I'll give him that.
I've had one too many bad days. I'm not the joke. You're the joke here. And for the first time in my entire life, I feel in control.
Okay, so let's talk about the rest of this shot and this scene. So I remember for the first 20 shots or 20 takes of this entire thing, I wasn't, again, similar to the Arthur TV scene. I wasn't pushing myself to the limit, and I wasn't like emoting properly or emoting enough. And I remember I think it was a couple takes before this one, and my friend, he was just like, we're getting the dialogue good, dialogue is, we've got it down, but the emotions aren't there quite yet. And he's like, you really got to go for it, man. He's like, you're the fucking Joker. Like, this is your moment. Like, go fucking crazy. And so I'm like, all right. And so I like added a lot more like hand movements and, like just tried to be a lot more animated. And, like, one of the shots that I kept replaying in my head from the actual Joker trailer was, there's a shot where it's like behind the curtains and Joker's like getting revealed on stage and he's like dancing around, and I kind of just kept picturing that, like that evolution from like the sad kind of stiff, looking Arthur to like this suave and smooth kind of Joker. Like it really is like a transformation. And so I tried to bring that to this scene. And I remember, I'll never forget this, while shooting this scene, this was actually the last take that we did, and about a minute into it, I knew it was the one. I just felt this sort of energy in the room in between me and him, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is the one. Like, go all out, especially for that last part. And so I did. And that's the tough thing for me, is always going all out versus being too much. And I think one of the reasons I struggle with that is I am a little more introverted, and when I think I'm being too much in terms of acting, that's where I should be. Like that's where I'm supposed to be. Even though I think it's like, oh, that's cringy or that's too much. It's like, no, that's where I should be. And it's the only reason it feels like it's too much is because I'm, going out of my comfort zone, which is a good thing. And so I'm super thankful to have my friend kind of push me and encourage me to just let loose and, be the best and just seize the moment, That Evan Jordan, what's going on, brother? Welcome. We're just about to wrap up live watching, and then we're going to get into some behind the scenes. Okay, so that, obviously, we weren't in Gotham City, so the Gotham police thing was done in post, but simple but effective kind of effect. I love the shots where I'm just like looking back and smiling. And I'll tell you, friends. How many trains and boats and shit do we have in this film? Like, we got so lucky with all these things that just, to me, make it feel like the city is alive, and it's not just like we're out there on a Thursday night, nobody's out there. It always adds to it. And there's numerous films where this happens, just out of the blue, lucky us, where a train rolls by and we're like, oh shit, start rolling, let's go, like we got to get the shot because it's gonna look dope. And so once we were in luck numerous times throughout this. There's a train here, there's a train at the beginning, we had the bridges, the barge going under the bridge, and that shit was cool. Like, I think it really added. Now, this location right here, we were literally so we just ran out under that tunnel or whatever, and we were gonna end it there or wherever else. And I just kept running, and I found this little like warehouse. I'm like, dude, this is super cool. And so I'm like, yeah, let's end it there. Like, had me run behind it.
Authorities tonight are on a citywide manhunt for a man by the name of Arthur Fleck. Fleck is wanted for the murder of TV host Murray Franklin. He was last seen heading towards Gotham Docks wearing full clown regalia. Police are quarantining the district and have sent in armed search parties at this time. Residents are advised to avoid the area until further notice. More updates will be made on the hour.
So for this part, another lucky break. It was after we were all done shooting the running stuff at the beginning, and I was like, let's just get a shot just in case of me just like sitting on the bench, or sitting, against the water, kind of just as I don't know if it would be in the beginning or the end or whatever. And so while that was happening, we heard a helicopter. I'm like, shit, like, get the helicopter on film. And I was like, you can't hear it because I edited it out, but I'm like, pan over to me. And then I did the smile and stuff, and I'm so glad that happened. It was just so lucky. And we didn't hire a helicopter or hire trains or pay for any of that. Like, it was just all luck of the draw. And so I'm super thankful that we were able to get a bunch of those in this one. And I think that's it. So go to the next. Okay, just to go a little more on the film itself. It was not intended initially, at least very early on, it was not intended to be 9 minutes long or 8 minutes and 54 seconds or whatever. For the past two films we did, the Joseph Seed and the first Joker, we wanted them to be 2 minutes, or a little, 2 minutes and 20 seconds or under, because that was the Twitter length. You could upload it straight to Twitter and people could just watch it there. And we thought that would be kind of different and kind of cool. And it really did help us get a lot of views. But surprisingly, the first Joker has like over 1,200 views on YouTube, which has surpassed the Twitter one, which was pretty incredible. So thank you to everybody who watched that. But yeah, so we didn't expect it to be 9 minutes, but after filming like the first scene, I was like, okay, this is going to be long. This is going to be a classic movie from us, because we tend, at least in the past, to do more long form stuff. And it just kind of happens that way. It's like, you start filming and it becomes longer than you think. So I believe this is a behind the scenes of the Arthur TV stuff. His expression. There's my socks. 3. Wait a second. You must go back. What? Holy fuck. Did I just teleport? Did y'all fucking see that? Holy shit. This is us just focusing, getting the focus all set. The 2. Did it restart?
1. Oh, it's still rolling.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So here is, where we were playing the music and stuff. And it was a static shot at the beginning. And this was an unused one. I did a bunch of shots where I did aim at the TV, and I felt kind of uncomfortable about that. So I just did a scene where I didn't do that. But yeah, this was not used in the final shot or anything. Yeah, like I did this too, and I'm like, eh. Oh yeah, here's a scene of me running the other way, just in case. Okay, so this night was so fucking hot. It was like at least 93 degrees, if not hotter. And so I was like fucking dying, running over and over and over. I like was chugging water in the car. It was unbelievable. Like it felt like I was gonna die, straight up. but you know, gotta do it for the art. And if I die, it better be on film. So that was like an unused shot. And I think this is just the full version of that one I was explaining earlier at the end of the movie. We're just filming. You can hear the helicopter. And here's like an unused mirror shot. Also, I didn't color grade any of these behind the scenes shots because I wanted to show like the raw video and the difference between what it looked like, you know, in the final cut. So this is just the raw, you know, raw video. Also, here's another clear example of my long and lanky arms not being able to like fit any fucking clothes. And as you can see a lot clearer here, like, oh yeah, it's a bathroom. But I think we did a pretty good job of hiding that in post. And here's like a shot. Because we were working in such close quarters with the mirror, it was like very difficult to not get my friend in the shot. As you can see, like his arms in the shot. I mean, I could have zoomed in, which would have been fine, but the emotions for this scene I don't think were enough to make the cut. Here it's like an uncut version of that.
One, go.
Another one we didn't use. Oh yeah, we didn't use it because that car is too new for the 1980s, so.
Okay, one.
And then here's like I think where we started, or maybe this had to be the second one where like I already ran once and then we're gonna go again while the train's going. Oh, okay. I'm glad I put this in here, and I'm glad it doesn't show his face. But throughout all the times we were shooting in the city, we didn't encounter a single soul out there, except on this night. This guy was getting off the train, and we just, you know, locked eyes, and I just smiled as nicely as I could, and he didn't seem fazed by it. Probably pretty curious as to what was going on, but yeah, this was the only person we encountered, which was crazy. And then here was like another shot that
Maybe
didn't
not.
work.
I gotta look at the camera, dude. I can't figure it out.
Cameras are fucking unbelievably tricky. So like,
No.
sometimes even I don't fucking
just go.
understand. And so, oh yeah, so here's another train. But we just didn't end up using it because you can see like kind of where I came from. But it's still,
Hey, good. Done.
still a good shot.
All right. I don't know if we'll ever use that, but I got a third train.
Yeah, crazy. I can't believe we got a third train.
One, go.
This is another unused shot where we thought this was so cool. It kind of gave like that harbor vibe, but we just didn't end up using it because it didn't fit in with the timeline of the or the like continuity.
3, 2, 1, go.
I saw when I was walking over to get in position, I saw this shot where the reflection of the light and stuff was in the puddle. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, as you can see from all these behind the scenes things, I do so much fucking running in these films. It's unbelievable. I have no idea how or why, but I'll take it because it's the only exercise I get. So as long as I do it in these things, I think I'm okay.
I don't see it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Like, I really tried to run like Joaquin Phoenix, like he runs in the trailer. he just puts his fucking all into it. He just goes for it, you know. And so I really like every shot. I'm trying to sprint, you know.
Okay.
I think that might be the last one. Yes, it's the green screen. So this is the raw stand-up that I did. The fucking cringe stand-up. I had like a marker for where I could stand.
Hi everybody, my name is Arthur Fleck, and I got some jokes.
I tried to be like super. I mean, there's parts of it where like I channel my inner anxiety, and then there's parts where I like clearly exaggerate it because Arthur's kind of like a timid looking guy.
Why are the poor so confused? Because they don't make any sense.
It's so bad, but I love it.
What did the clock do when it was hungry? It went back for seconds. I mean, it went back 4 seconds.
Oh, and like I didn't have a microphone in real life, so I just had to kind of After Effects it in. So I don't know if it was on this one because this might have been the first one, but the others I kind of tried to like hover my head around the same area so it would look like I'm trying to speak into a microphone even though I wasn't.
What did the rug say to the floor?
Did I forget?
What did the rug say to the floor?
Oh my
I got
god.
you covered.
Stockwell, what's going on? Welcome.
I've got one more.
Oh man.
One more. A mushroom walks into a bar and the bartender says, "I can't serve your kind here. We can't serve you." And the mushroom asks, "Why not? I'm a fun guy."
Oh, rest in peace, Arthur.
Thank you, everybody.
So that was like the raw thing. We obviously I didn't include the entire thing because it's way too long.
How did your day go?
Oh, okay. So here is the second angle we recorded for the main scene, you know. So it was clearly shot on a GoPro, and as you can see from like the left side, it's the same basement we used for the first Joker one, and this was just too bad of a shot. But I think it's honestly more effective and more impressive to just have the straight one shot, you know, of like any cuts would kind of diminish the sort of the one shot quality of it, you know, like because it was all just one take. So I think having not put in the GoPro really added more to the film, you know. But I mean, this is just the same. It's the same thing as the last shot, just different angle, same audio, same everything. But you'll actually get to see like the gunshot without any effects, which is kind of funny how like simple it looks on screen.
Let's be real here. How was your day? What did you actually do?
See, you're the problem. You're part of the big problem with everybody. They just don't take me seriously, and all I want to do is make people smile.
Well, you definitely do a good job of making me smile. And then what? I mean, you look like a freaking clown. But the thing that I'm not understanding here tonight is where all this pent-up aggression is coming from. My guess is, did you have a bad day? Did somebody have a bad day here, Arthur? You think because things didn't go your way that you can come onto my show and take it out on me and all these other lovely folks? You, sir, you are the joke. At least the man understands the problem and can laugh at himself. I'll give him that.
I've had one too many bad days, the joke here. And for the first time in my entire life, I feel in control.
And that was it. That was the end of it. So that's all the clips I have for the behind the scenes of the Joker. And there's definitely a lot of footage that we didn't use. There's obviously way more than what I showed tonight. What I showed tonight was just some things I thought were interesting and thought were funny or cool. So I'll plug my stuff before I head out. The video we watched today was Joker around 4 applause, and that is available to watch on youtube.com/Kevin Holik. That's Holik. And I'm everywhere on the internet at Kevin Holik. Anywhere, pretty much. So find me there if you want to hit me up for anything, have any questions off stream, feel free to hit me up. But if that's it, then that's it, folks. It was a fun stream tonight. We got to see some cool behind the scenes stuff. We got to watch the latest project together, which was super fun. I had a good time, and I hope you guys did too, because it was cool kind of divulging world premiere stuff and showing random clips. So thank you for all watching. Thank you for tuning in, being active in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you, all those follows. I don't know what I'll do for the next one. Maybe start going reverse in the catalog for now. Maybe do like the Joseph Seed stuff next or something next week sometime. But we'll figure out something fun. I got a lot of footage, hopefully, at least for a little while. We'll run out eventually, but maybe we'll do reruns and stuff like that, revisiting and anniversary stuff. Yeah, whatever. I'm just rambling at this point. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful night. Everybody get some good rest, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye now.